Hello and welcome to the Apex Flow Arts YouTube channel. My name is Pete Stewart. Today we're going to be going over some double staff wall plane patterns. A couple different ones and some transitions between them. So first we're going to talk about what wheel plane is. So you have your wall plane, which is when your props are facing in front of you on that flat, plane. Wheel plane is when you have both of your props out on your native sides and you are, essentially you spin them like wheels. So you do all of your things, in that orientation out of your side as opposed to in front. So the first pattern that we're going to work on is a same direction, split time, 4-petal flower, which if you've watched my intro class, you already know how to do that on wheel or on wall plane, but we're going to go over real quick. So you're going to start with your thumbs pointed inward. I start with my right on top and my left on bottom. Thumbs pointed inward like that. I'm going to take my right arm and I'm going to take this purple point that's in the middle and I'm going to go back. It's going to go, through my arm, like through this space in my arm, and it's going to go back, and my left is going to go forward. Now my right is going to go, it's going to anti-spin down, my left is going to anti-spin up. You're going to anti-spin forward with your right and back with your left, and then you're back at the start. So it's going to look like that. Alright, this next one that we're going to go over, it is same time, opposite direction, 4-petal flower. It's going to look like that. So I'm going to take I'm going to start with both my thumbs on the bottom point, thumbs pointed up, and I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to start this one backwards like that. So it's going to anti-spin back, your left is going to anti-spin forward, you're going to go up, and out, and down. And then you can do it, opposite direction as well. You can switch direction like that. All right, so this third one that we're going to work on, it's this isolation versus 4-petal, like this. All right, so we're going to start with our thumbs pointed inwards again, and we're going to use our left hand to isolate and our right hand to do the anti-spin. So I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to start to anti-spin it upwards, like starting from the bottom, like coming up the back like that. And I'm going to push my right hand forward with the anti-spin. And then I'm going to isolate up and anti-spin down with my right, anti-spin forward with my left, or isolate forward with my left and anti-spin with my right. And then you get back here and you're at the start. Do it continuously. Just like that. Alright, so now let's work on linking those together and using them as a transition and also using them in other ways, other than just, transitions between wheel plane tricks. I can show you some transitions from wall plane to wheel plane using, those patterns and some of these transitions. So this first one that we'll work on is we'll do the same direction, split time, 4-petal flowers to these same direction, opposite, or same time, opposite direction flowers. So again, we're going to start thumbs inward, okay? And we're going to start the pattern with our right going back and our left going forward. And then, left up and right down, right forward, left back. Then when we're at this point, these two purple points, we can break them up. So instead of your left hand going down, you're going to take your right hand, you're going to have it go back up. So they're going to meet there. Now you're going to take your right and you're going to anti-spin it back and your left forward. And then both down, right forward, left back, both up. And then when you're here, you can, instead of, going like back up like that, you could anti-spin your left down and your right up, and now you're right back here. So at that point when they're out, at these outside petals, that's when you can transition from those two flower patterns. So the second one that we can work on is the 4-petal flower, the opposite direction, same time, and the isolation versus 4-petal. So it's pretty much that same spot out at the sides, but instead of changing direction with one, or only changing direction with one, you're going to change the direction and isolate with that one. Okay, so I'm going to use my left to change the direction, and it's going to go from anti-spinning to isolating. So we'll start thumbs up at the bottom, take our right hand and anti-spin back and our left forward, both up, right out, left back, and then when you're at this point, I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to isolate it from my back and up, and I'm going to continue isolate, and I'm going to continue anti-spinning with my right, like that. And then when you get back out to the sides like this, you can pop back up into your anti-spins, just like that. So this last one that we're going to work on is the split time, same direction, 4-petal into the anti-spin versus 4-petal split time pattern. So this one I use the transition point when you're back at the top and bottom as opposed to out at the sides for this one. So we're going to start with our 4-petal. So we'll do thumbs inward right on top, and you'll go back with your right and out with your left, up with your left, down with your right, forward with your left, back, right with your back with your left. And then when you get back to this restart point, we are going to switch direction with our right hand. So it's going to go to anti-spinning forward now, and we are going to switch from an anti-spin to an isolation with our left. So like this, and then you can transition when you get back to the starting point, and then back to this, here, like that. So you can also use wheel plane flowers for things like these turning flowers, where you're doing 360s while you're doing these patterns, like that. So we can briefly go over that. So we're going to start on our wall plane with our 4-petal same direction split time flower. Okay, so we're going to work on going from wall plane to wheel plane and then back to wheel plane, or wall plane. So start thumbs inward. We're going to start with our right on top and our left on bottom, and our right's going to pass through our top arm. We're going to get out to this point. Then when we get to this point, we're going to turn, just a quarter turn out to our sides. So we're going to continue spinning the stabs in the same direction. We have both thumbs inward. So we're going to start with our left going back and our right going forward, and then our right going up and our left down. And now you're back at this, you're back at that thumbs inward point. So you do that other quarter turn back. So now you can be here, when you do this. Now you can quarter turn to your other side and continue spinning them. When you're here, here. So just like that. So you can move around in those 4-petal flowers. The split time, same direction ones. So you can pretty much do that same thing with the same time, opposite direction ones. So like that. But for that one, it's going to be when your hands are out at the side. So we're going to start both thumbs up like this. We're going to take both stabs out, and then we're going to do a quarter turn to our side. Take both stabs up, and then take our right hand and we're going to push that one forward and our left back, and then you can quarter turn back when you're taking them both down, and now you can come up and quarter turn again and have them both come up like that, out, and then when you come back you can quarter turn again like that, you can move, you can play around with it, do the 360s, or using those same transitions for the wheel plane flowers to switch between doing 360s with all those different patterns. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed that video, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. Make sure to check out all the other content on the channel. There's some other artists covering other props. Make sure to follow us on our social media. All the links are below, along with my personal Instagram for all kinds of poi and double staff content.